Hello. Thanks for waiting, everybody. Getting ready. Kung Fu's going to join me. Dex should be here very soon. Apologize for the wait, but it should be a fun day. So, in the meantime, Danny has a very important question for my wonderful executive assistant, Jen S. What's this I hear about you having a social media famous cat? Not okay. It's a well worded question, Danny. And Danny's been hooking me up with well worded questions all day, so I really appreciate Danny. I think it's the first time seen Danny around. But Danny helped me with some great questions on my interview where I had no idea what to say earlier. So the question is not social media famous, social media OG. If you look up her cat, Jen actually started what I call all of this internet BS. Like she's an innovator. She was one of the first people to have a weird famous thing like long before people were taking pictures of their sandwiches and posting them online and making other people want to kill themselves because they weren't eating sandwiches. She was pretending to be a cat. If I understand, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. She does not want to talk about this. Does not want to talk about this. But oh, that's good. Perhaps. Oh man, I really like this Danny person. And we're gonna get started with the real content soon, folks. Be patient with us. We're just chilling for a little while. It's Friday. It's Take Back Friday, Pizza Friday, as Dex likes to say. I can't eat pizza because of diabetes. But long before people were taking pictures of their faces and taking pictures of their lunch and pretending to be on vacation in Italy every day, there was a cat on the internet. There was a famous cat on the internet. Can I mention the name, Jen, of your famous cat? I'll give you a second to reply. And this famous cat would blog his activities throughout the week, is my understanding of it. I've seen a little bit of it. It's kind of hard to find on the internet. It's old. It's very old. It was on a blog spot or something like that, which I don't think is around anymore. And she started this whole crazy famous nonsense. So if you're wondering, how the Kardashians became billionaires, Jen started it. It was Timothy Dickens, her famous cat. And oh, Jen, that's crazy. You guys are killing me. Oh, oh. What's up, Dex? We're live. We're live, just so you know. You there, buddy? You're muted. He's coming. He's getting set up. Yes, I have tried Fathead Pizza. I do like that actually. Time to time. It's pretty good. Fathead Pizza is basically, for those who don't know, is a keto pizza that's made out of you know what it is? For some reason mixing the cheese with the cream cheese. I don't know. It totally grosses me out, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. It just does. But I have had it. It's actually pretty good most of the time. Hey, Dex, your mic's muted, buddy. Okay, this is official comment from Jen on her cat blog. It started because she wanted a cute way to share with her sister what life was like with my first cat ever. My first ever cat. It became a thing. Love it. Not ashamed. You shouldn't be ashamed. You're a legend. Why would you be ashamed of being an internet legend? Which you didn't tell me until well into our friendship. All right, cool. Hey, Dex, you there, man? I added him to the show, right? I'm gonna text this cat. I might have to introduce you to. Christy wants to know if that's the official story, Jen, while we wait for Dex to get his mic sorted. I promise, folks, we will talk about more than cats today.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're live, by the way. We're on the YouTubes.
Yeah, I was typing you messages in the
Oh, I see him.
The chat.
My bad. I see it now.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you say it like that? I'm the one who was here.
That's true. You get points for that. So how was
10
everybody
minutes,
doing? How's the
10 minutes of banter here? We're doing
What's
pretty
up?
good. So this is our Friday, technically speaking, live trading event. And so far we've been talking about Jen's cat.
Okay.
And Jen agrees the story that I've been telling is absolutely the truth and it's official. And there's been a lot of cat puns. And we've actually gained viewers while we've been doing this. So I was sure like it was going to drop down to 0 while we were talking cats. Kung Fu might be joining us as well.
Okay.
But here's what we're going to do, everybody. First, welcome to our live trading Q&A. We've got, of course, my main man, Dex, the Algo Capitalist, Dex the Vulcan with me. And we're going to take your questions on trading. We'll talk a little bit about some updates to Pulse Wave Trading, some stuff that Dex hasn't even seen yet, which you're going to love, Dex. Yeah, we've got some amazing new offers for you from some simple stuff that I think people are going to find really attractive. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, man. So how's your afternoon so far? I know you've been super busy running around.
Yeah, man. Busy like a bee, but it's all good. I'm here now.
Good to hear, man.
So
sorry, I still have to post all the cat jokes. So
that's okay. Do your thing. I'm still getting myself together too.
I'm very grateful to Danny Ever, who I've never seen on one, and I don't remember seeing on our live chats, but Danny had some great questions for Harley before because I had to fill in for V. And
yeah, how did that go? How did the Harley thing
it was
go?
Hey man, Harley's great. The thing is, like, global politics is not exactly my forte. So I was like, all right, cool, Harley, what else do you want to talk about? People were cool though. I thought they were going to eat me alive in the comments, but people were cool. Hey, they asked me to fill in, so I filled in. What are you going to do? But
hey, well, at least
he had great content though. Harley's sharp as can be. So some cool stuff. I asked him if he heard about any good suicides lately, and he said no, which was a baller answer. Get it?
Yeah.
So pretty good.
All right, that's what's up, man. So then you are official now.
I don't know. Officially.
Yeah.
Officially
you did it. You're
doing too many crazy things.
Once you do get your first interview out of the way, man, I'm telling you, it's smooth sailing.
Dex, you're the one who's always saying, don't show everybody what you could do because then you're gonna have to do everybody's job.
Yeah, there's some truth to that, my brother. There's some truth to that. Straight up.
Yeah, man. Hey, I was telling everybody, I mentioned this a little while ago. We've been working pretty hard. We have a new schedule of shows that people are going to be able to join us for right here on pulsewavetrading.com. And we just want to alert folks, if you haven't liked and subscribed already, now is definitely the time. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm about to add Kung Fu to the broadcast. Now is definitely you're live, bro. Yeah, we're live on the YouTube.
What up, Matt?
Hey, do you hear me okay?
Yes,
perfect.
Yes,
dudes.
We do, Kung Fu.
Like you're sitting right next to me.
Do you like those emojis I put next to my Kung Fu?
I love your emojis. Yeah. So I was just telling people that we've got a new slate of shows we're going to be doing regularly. On Monday, we're going to have a new show called Kung Fu Crypto.
Tom Brokaw.
Yeah, with our own Tom Brokaw, Kung Fu. And so
not really. I'll be reading really important news in the morning.
See, I wanted to do it together so that we could have.
You got no part. Don't.
I have no part,
please.
And I wanted to be on it. So and
let me have one thing. Come on, Frank. Let me have one thing.
Okay, you can have this. I just love that the name of the show is the best name we've come up with ever, and by we I mean me. It's called Kung Fu Crypto.
I like that.
That's the best. That's the best name.
Hey Dex, guess what? I didn't even know it was called that till just right now.
And you know what? You know what's even better about it? You can let people know it's Kung Fu Crypto, where we go hard body karate into what's going on in the crypto world.
That is
Hi-ya!
awesome.
There you go.
It's gonna make martial
now
artists.
I got perfect opening music. Everyone's gonna enjoy it so much.
That's what's up.
Wait, so you're not even gonna let me make a heavy metal intro?
No, you are. It's not gonna be heavy metal, but you're gonna make the intro. Just gonna be the music that I want you to make it for. You're gonna have to learn it.
Okay, I can't wait. So our new broadcast schedule: we got Kung Fu Crypto on Mondays, and most of these shows are going to be around 11 a.m. We'll do our best to be consistent. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11, we have Pulse Wave Surfers live market update.
Do I
with me and
spell
Dex.
crypto with the K though, because I'm Kung Fu, or I just go with the C?
Yes.
Yeah, K. Use a K. Use a K.
For now, until we ban you from YouTube. Wednesdays we have one on Rogue. A new show called Welcome to the Bungle, which nobody likes the name except for me. I love Welcome to the Bungle. You want it? Jen had an experience yesterday where she's like, "Bungle, what's a bungle?"
Talking to people? What are we doing here? Do people know Jen? You gonna introduce?
Yeah,
Jen?
people. We've been talking about her for the first 10 minutes of the show. So she made fun of me. She's like, "Bungle, I don't know what that is. It sounds bad. What is it?" And so I sent her definitions of bungle, and like a smart Alex, she's like, "It's a verb." And then I sent her the noun definition. And then because Baby Jesus loves me and defends me to people when they attack me, when I get attacked, because I don't appreciate the attacks, Jen, the personal attacks. She's watching a show that night, and they use the word bungle right in the middle of the show, and she lost her. She literally texted me at like 1 p.m. which I'm usually, if you guys ask V says I go to bed at 8:30 every night, which is a lie. Last night I was updating our website until like 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. I was up really late.
I was surprised he was up.
Yeah, I was texting Kung Fu at like 1:30, and he was like, "What is going on?" Because
people don't understand how we stay up until like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning working.
Now we do.
Get it. They don't get it.
So
I hate doing it.
She sends me a screen capture of the show she was watching and how they use the word bungle, and it was just yet again confirmation that I'm right about everything, and she should just listen to me. So, welcome to the Bungle, which is our weekly commentary on the world of money, politics, and culture, with V, Dex, and myself. And that's actually going to be a really fun show. It's not going to start quite this week, but because V's on vacation, but next week we're going to start that, and it should be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing that every Wednesday. And then Friday, we have on Rogue, we have Hanging with Harley at 10:30, and then our Friday live trading education, our current series is called Technically Speaking. And then for those of you who are Pulse Wave Trading members, you get 2 more.
We like naming our shows fun stuff.
We try.
We do that. That's what we do.
That's what we do. It's what I.
We enjoy having fun.
We're great at trading, but we love naming our shows.
What we enjoy is Frank works really hard to name a show, and then Kung Fu just mocks it endlessly.
I karate chop it.
My favorite thing is the irony that I had you do the voiceover for Welcome to the Bungle, even though you hate it. So if you're a PulseWaveTrading.com member, you're going to get at least two more. That's our private show called Pulse Wavers Live on Wednesday mornings around 10:30. And then, of course, a really valuable thing we do, the Sunday pre-market pulse scan, which is also private. And that's Sunday evening, sometime after the pulse waves are posted, usually by like, I don't know. When do we usually do that? Around 6:30?
Yeah, sometimes
earlier, sometimes later.
Sometimes earlier, sometimes later. It's whenever. It's to be announced. It's never set in stone. But
all right, Danny,
did you have a chance to tell her to what's the word I'm looking for? To present Jen to the world?
Yeah, everyone
knows that she is our back office dungeon master.
Our executive assistant.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's how I started today. I was talking about, and guys, I won't go over it again because this time people will get upset at me if I continue to talk about this. I just find it incredibly, I can't get over it. She is an internet OG. She is one of the first famous cat bloggers. And that's what we were talking about. So I've been friends with her for a few years now, and this is the first I've heard of it. So
what's the agenda beside for all of us telling how great we are in our lives?
That's going to take the first 2 hours of the broadcast.
Are we answering questions here? What are we doing?
Yeah,
well,
we will answer
all right,
questions.
Guys. First question of the day. You ready? We're getting down to business. Okay?
All right, let's do it. What we got?
Did you see Bill Clinton's blue dress?
Wow.
Are you serious now?
Look, I think you set us up when you said you can ask us anything. You just
feel free. I mean, did I see? No, I didn't. Do you have a picture?
Well, what it is apparently I thought it was fake, but people keep talking about it. They went to Epstein's. They executed a search warrant on Epstein's sex island slavery dungeon. But yeah, they did that quick, by the way. Element of surprise. Wait until the guy, quote unquote, kills himself, and then let's go check it out and see if there's any evidence.
No, but you said it. You said they executed a search warrant after they executed him.
Yeah, nailed it, man.
It was
so
that was not a suicide.
There was of course not. So there's a painting of him in a dress, like on the wall, and it's the most bizarre thing you've ever seen. And it's a blue dress. It's just really, really, really weird. So.
And you know what? The particulars will never really come out about what happened either. Because if they did it, they would talking about it would expose everyone involved. That's why they can't talk about it, and they never will. And I'll tell you what's going to happen in the near future. The coroner's office will say inconclusive, or something like that.
Oh, it's going to be inconclusive, absolutely.
But because they won't be able to, they won't. He can't say murder. He can't say foul play, even though that's exactly what happened. And here's the funny part: situations like this really, it's embarrassing to the government because he was under federal custody.
Yeah.
All right. He wasn't at some private jail facility. He was in federal custody.
Yes.
And just so people who don't know. I know we have listeners, I'm sure, that will probably did federal time before, or worked or know someone that worked there. But it is extremely regulated and secure. There are cameras just about everywhere.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, the way they handle and deal with high priority inmates is even more insane. They literally have a camera located right outside of the cell where the person is watched 24 hours a day. And in most cases, the light in the cell never goes out. The light stays on 24 hours a day. And they watch this person. You have a human being setting up in a room, watching the camera. And the officers work in shifts. So there's always someone literally with eyes on the subject. Not only that, but the cameras are not your regular, surveillance cameras. These cameras have audio.
Wow.
So not only can they see the subject, but they can even communicate back and forth with the subject just by pressing a button. Oh, and in addition to that, it's also recording and backing up.
Wow.
And there's several reasons why they started doing that. Back in the 90s, they didn't have that. They weren't doing that. And in the 2000s, they started making sure.
Let me guess.
Yeah.
They weren't recording when Epstein did his.
Well, no. What I want people to know the truth. No,
does it really matter?
That part is irrelevant.
Is it a real life? Was he not going to get the death sentence? Was he not going to go through?
No, he would have walked. But anyway, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That has nothing to do with it.
Well, what is the significance to the markets?
I'm going to tell you why. I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm trying.
You guys, you're going to segue me right. I'm going to break that down for you too. This week was a very special week for the markets and for a few other things. I'm going to drop a bomb today. See, y'all didn't know I was going to drop a bomb. Here we go. So I'm going to bring it all together for you.
Bomb dropping. I wish I had a sound, like a little like.
Yeah, we have one of those like big old explosions.
Like
okay,
that.
So peep this. So not only is the camera recording 24/7 in those cells, right? But then you add the human element. You have a human being sitting in a room watching this screen for his entire shift. That's what they get paid to do. But they don't stop there. Then they have an officer on the floor whose job it is to physically check on all the inmates on his row, on his floor. He has to go and do what is called rounds. Sometimes it's every 30 minutes. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 times an hour. Okay. Just depending on the situation. And he has to physically go and do it. Now, they don't just take his word that he did it, nor do they just rely on the surveillance cameras in the hallway that he did it. Oh, no. They have, depending on the institution, they have either key fobs or some metal pipe thing, whatever, that you have to go and touch another device so it registers the time and the very second that you did your walkthrough. All right. So every time you do it, it's swiped and it records that you did your check. Now, here's the funny thing. Guess what happens if you miss a check?
What?
That counts against the officer. And if you miss so many checks within a rolling 30-day period, guess what? They say you got to spend time on the street. I mean, you gotta take days off without pay.
Wow.
Exactly.
The point being, something like this doesn't just happen.
Oh, there's more. Okay, so in his situation, since they claimed that he was suicidal or attempted suicide in the past, when you have a special,
he was previously manhandled days before and was found in the fetal position. So I'm sure his days were numbered.
This makes it even worse for the government because now, guess what? When you have an inmate to come in who is on suicide watch, the procedures go up a notch.
Yeah,
so he's going to be checked several times an hour.
Right? Did you think Charlie Shrem, when he got put in jail, right, even though it was a lower, I'd say, security jail, do you think he was maybe on the brink, right, of just saying, maybe I'm depressed, maybe I don't know what I'm doing here, right? I think a lot of people say that.
Well, see, they messed up, though.
That was a defense. That was his defense. It didn't work, clearly, because days before, people had their way with him.
Let me go deeper. It's even worse. See, what they would have to do now is that they would have to now demonstrate that they followed procedure. So we know that there's no video footage, they say, because the camera wasn't working. Now, see, if this was some kind of private prison or something, then we could actually let that slide. But because it's federal and they have checks and balances, now you have to demonstrate when did the camera go out? What time did it go out?
Yeah.
And then not only what time did it go out, but when did it stop recording? Then you have to address when was someone notified that the camera wasn't working? Then they have to demonstrate that they actually passed this information along and put in a work order to do this. Then they have to show proof, not only that, but that the guy on the floor did his rounds, and then they're going to ask him, when did you do your last round? When did you notice that his light was out? All right, he has to document that too and write up a report. Then it gets worse because now we have another situation. You see, in a holding facility like this, if one camera goes out, one camera, I don't care if there's 1,000 cameras in there. If one camera goes out, guess what happens? Immediately, the whole facility is on lockdown. Lockdown.
Wow. Get out.
Traffic stops moving. No one's going to class. If it's a prison, no one's coming back from class. No one's going to visitation. The facility is locked down.
Insane.
All right. Now peep this. You'd be like, what does this have to do with the market?
Yeah. What?
Because this week, what did I tell everybody in the last pre-market poll scan for this week? And what did I tell you that was about to happen? I told you we had a major algo shift. That's number one.
Yep.
I told you there was some funkiness going on within the algos, and it was cluing us in that there's something was about to happen. Some major event or something was about to happen. Did I not say that?
You did.
Well, guess what the major events were that happened this week?
Yeah.
We had the situation with your boy Epstein, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we
not
had
my boy.
Then we had the federal government.
He wore the blue dress.
Exposed.
This is my dress. I made the dress.
We had the Federal Reserve and the central banks exposed this week. How are they exposed? Because the yield curves inverted this week officially. They let it happen. It happened. They can't erase it and say it didn't happen. It happened. And it happened on their watch. But then guess what they did? They flexed their muscles. They showed you that they have the power to allow the yields to invert. They have the power to assassinate someone under federal house arrest, if you will, and get away with it. They let the yields invert also, just to show you that they can do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it. And as soon as they let the yields invert, then they reversed it. PPT comes in and reverses it like it didn't mean
Plunge
nothing.
protection team.
Like Missy Elliott reverses it.
There you go.
And
it didn't stop there.
Mm-hmm.
There's more.
I was going to do it. I couldn't come up with a good.
Now
report.
peep this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is all Fed doing. Epstein, federal situation. He was under federal holding. All right, he's being held by the feds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bond market, feds. All right, interest rates, feds, Department of Treasury. All right, again, 2 Fed situations in the same week. Then they show you that they can do whatever they want right in front of you and get away with it and not have to answer for it. Assassination, done deal, check. Yields inverting, check.
Mm-hmm.
Then 3 strikes, you're out. They show you that they can make up laws and rules on a whim.
Yeah.
Because what did we see? Your boy Reggie Middleton.
Yes,
being pursued by the feds, saying that Veritasium is a security.
All of a sudden.
Is that how you say it? I literally, I think I stutter it. I can't pronounce that word.
Veritasium? I say Veritasium.
He said Veritasium.
Veritasium.
Like,
I think that's how Reggie says it.
Veritasium.
No, it's Veritasium. That's how he says it. So peep it. So yeah, 3 strikes and each thing that I just talked to you about was Fed related. All right, that's all federal. Nothing was on the state level. All federal. FED, federal. All right, they show you what they can do. 3 different conspiracies in 1 week, and they're all correlated. They're all correlated. Now, the things that we don't know about Epstein is that he was a very connected individual and a very, very wealthy individual. He had to be taken out because he would have copped a deal and a plea. And that's what they really wanted. They didn't care too much about him. They wanted his black book. Now you will never, ever see that black book. Just like you didn't find out the black book from the DC madam. All right.
Now, V has a theory that I actually think is kind of interesting, that by taking him out, there's nobody to object to things being entered into evidence, and that it might actually be the good guys. What say you, Algo Capitalist?
I say this whole thing is going to go away now because he was the sacrificial lamb. All right, he took one for the team.
Exactly, would they be burying, and then who would be burying it now? Right, so they still have to go through all the cases. They're not going to do none of that. It's not going nowhere.
They
absolutely will, because it was all filed. So they have to go through it.
Look, man, the state's primary witness, which would have been him, is deceased. He can't be cross-examined. You cannot cross-examine a corpse. And the black book will end up missing. I guarantee it. You will not see and hear those names. This is the second time that this has happened. The first time was the DC madam. She was going to deal and release the book and say, here's everyone who I have been doing business with, from the president to all the major Fortune 500 companies, and also the shadow government, the names and faces that no one knows about. She was going to spill it. And she was going to talk about the sex trafficking and the whole pedophilia, trafficking of children, all that stuff. Yeah. She was going to let all that go out.
Well,
and now she's gone. And did you ever see anyone prosecuted after she disappeared? No, because again, the primary state's witness is deceased, and you can't cross-examine a corpse. So this has happened before. This is just watch, rinse, repeat. And they did the same thing they did before.
I did. I cross-examined a corpse. It was. It was.
I want to hear about your sick past.
Well, listen, the LSATs. They said,
Dex, you said we would do this. You said we would never see the black book. Here's something that you will never be able to unsee.
What's that?
Check your screen, bro. Our powerful executive assistant sent me a link to the aforementioned.
Hilarious.
This is it though. This is real. Epstein had this. Now, this is a scary.
That looks Photoshop, man.
No, dude. This is real.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
New York Post.
Yeah, that's Photoshop. You can tell.
No, listen. Epstein had bizarre painting of Bill Clinton in a dress and heels in his townhouse.
I have to say this. Hold on.
All right, we're gonna get off this.
Oh, no. This is actually kind of funny, right? Let's think about this. Okay. So let's just say you're billionaires, right? Like everyone here, right? We're all billionaires, right? That's why we're listening. So as you go higher in wealth, the only thing that really could be bought that holds more wealth would be something of rarity, right? Something that doesn't have so many copies of it so that it can be watered down. There's only very few things in this world. Don't say gold, okay? Don't say Bitcoin just for 1 second.
You are telling us not to say Bitcoin?
Let's just say I love Bitcoin, Bitcoin Moon, all right? Lambo, all right? But in truth is, well, art is the only thing that has this extreme power.
Do you imagine how valuable
your wealthy friends can go see and brag to, and then on top of it, you get to store that wealth or potentially sell it to one of your other asshole billionaire friends. Or maybe they're very nice. I don't know. But imagine you're a friend of Bill. You have all this power in the world, and you created this painting, and he's pointing at you. That's a pretty funny thing. Like,
I know what you're saying about the Photoshop look. I think it's just a grainy picture.
Someone made a picture, but I'm saying he didn't pose for that. He didn't pose for that.
No way. No, they just took his head and they took a woman and they put it on. I bet there's a funny story.
All right, let's move on. Ready?
All right, now, for people who don't know, I'll say it again. There's certain people and stuff I cannot speak on or about because of close family relations and ties and friends and things of that nature. I've said it before, so I'll say it again. So I have to leave the Bill Clinton subject alone.
Okay.
So but we'll move on.
The court has noted.
What else? Oh, okay. So back with the market. So now, so I told you about the three things that is the Fed flexing their muscles this week. But now I want to tell you how this relates even back to the market, even worse. Because now that all these things have happened and the yield curve has inverted, guess what they were telling people today on the business channels? Forget about retiring because it ain't gonna happen for you. That's number one. Number two, they're preparing everyone for negative interest rates.
That's Japan and me.
And the USA.
Am I saying that right?
What? You saying what right?
I guess it's a term on Wall Street, right? It's like Japan has locked in their negative interest rates for longer than anyone else has, or 0%, right? Mm-hmm. And it's actually become kind of stable. Like, okay, so I don't have the chart up right now, but it'd be really interesting to pull a chart up of the inflow of capital right now outside of America. Where is cash going into? Let's not take hypothesis here. Let's look at this. If we could see it, would it really be so bad to stabilize our treasury because the world around us is going to go into a recession? Doesn't mean we are, but the world around us, which will then drag us into it. So if we do go to zero, we first of all can't get there fast enough because we go there too fast, we risk too much. And if we go there too long, well, obviously there's the other side of which is, which would be very bad. I don't want to say it. And so really, if you look at it from a global view, Japan inflow of capital, just Google it. There's tons of stuff that comes up. It's just interesting. It's really interesting. So really, if it does go to zero here, who really cares? I mean, really, it doesn't really affect us. And if anything, from a house buyer,
that's a good question. We talk about this all the time, Dex.
Okay, negative rates will hurt the elderly and those who are already in retirement and on a fixed income. It's going to definitely hurt the elderly, and it's going to hurt the retirees. It's going to hurt anyone who's trying to save money.
Well, elderly right now is considered like 70 plus. Like you really So
I feel elderly.
40% of America has less than $1,000 saved for a rainy day. Okay, that's numbers that just came out on Bloomberg. So let's take the other 60% and minus 1%, and then maybe minus a few other percent for the top that actually do have it. Then you're left with the middle class that's actually starting to hover at the lower middle class. It's been so compressed. So as rates come lower, as things are being compressed lower, what the Fed is trying to do is trying to stabilize so that the middle class doesn't end up super poor. where we can't borrow more money because we're in over our heads with debt. And let's give you another fact. There's tons of debt right now in the middle class, so much of it. And that's what everyone's fear is. So what's going to happen first? Big corporate debt pops, 50,000 to 100,000 people get laid off. People really go crazy about recession. Now you got the middle class running around. People aren't getting their pensions on time. Things aren't coming through. And so that's where the lowering of these interest rates is a big topic, is that 50% of America right now is worried. Is because if they don't come down fast enough, then they potentially can't sell their house. And if they can't sell their house, they can't retire. And if they don't have enough retirement money, then they're stuck below the middle class, or they're stuck below retirement, which means that there's another person in the workforce that actually isn't capable of meeting the demand of what they need to be living up to, which is maybe being in the tech field or being in a place where they can actually perform at 70 years old, at 75 years. I mean, I don't know. Again, these are, I'm doing my best to read off of this sheet. Again, that's why I'm going to be doing my Monday morning Kung Fu show.
Kung Fu crypto.
But Dex, you make a good point. So Dex, there's a surplus right now on their account and on Japan's account. So Japan recorded a capital surplus in June of 2019. So just recently. And why that's significant is because they've been inching ever so slightly above 0% for the longest time, and it looks like it's kind of working. It's put off stagflation. Hyperflation hasn't even touched them. Their dollar is pretty strong. It competes with us. And let's not all forget, Japan was also a top 3 or it was top 3 in the 90s, I believe, before it blew up. Epicenter of capital. So I mean, let's just say out loud, maybe it's not so bad.
Okay,
Well,
I want to.
I'll tell you why it is bad. Let me tell you why it is bad.
30 seconds on why he's wrong, and then I want to move on to questions because we've been going a while already.
I would say that what you're saying, if what you're saying is true, right? Let's assume it is. Let's assume everything that you were quoting from is straight up facts. To me, those facts.
So.
Okay, well, all right. Well, I'm gonna say those. I'm gonna agree with you and say that what you said are
over
facts.
there.
Wait, let Dex talk. Go ahead, Dex.
I'm gonna say that what you quoted is facts. And I believe it 100%, right? And that proves my point even more so, that things are far worse off now than they were in 1999. I was in a big debate with the vice president of the first Wall Street firm that I worked at. And we were arguing over schematics, if you will. There was a big marketing push, and I didn't agree with all of it. And we got into a heated argument about this. I said, look, man, people don't have this kind of money to do this and do that, blah, blah, blah. And they told me in no uncertain terms, and he pulled out all types of facts and figures and white papers and research, Wall Street research, you name it, charts. He just bombed me with all this stuff. And guess what he said? He said, so as you can see, I've proven that you're wrong. He said, because the average person can pull out 20 grand with no problem, whether it be using a credit card or two or taking out equity in their home. The average person does have and can get their hands on 20 grand. And he shut me down. This was in 1999.
Okay. But 1999 was also
now we're in 2019.
the worst position to be in to say that from his position, because the year later.
I know, but yeah, listen where I'm going. We had this argument in 1999. This is 20 years later in 2019, and we're saying that those facts and figures that he showed me then, just in a span of 20 years, are no longer relevant, and now it's the opposite. That is devastating. That should tell you how far our economy has actually crashed.
Yeah, because you're quoting that as like obvious. Anybody can get hold of 20 grand, and it's like, no, no, they can't, not anymore.
Yeah, so that lets you know just how devastating things are. We're in a weird place because it seems like everyone's hiring, but they can't find anybody to work. And when they do, they don't want to come to work, but they want to get paid though. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. I remember.
Well, it sounds like Hollywood to me.
Where I could go on lunch breaks, quit my job, and start my other job after my lunch is over.
Right.
It used to be like that. Now it's not.
I job hop. That's what I do. Honey, I'm going job hopping this morning.
It really does.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, we
to
can
the
answer the
question.
question. I just want to address that.
First off, my
All
man Chris.
Okay.
He's been updating us on his BTC short. He said it was profitable. He completed it last night.
Sweet. Thank you.
Congratulations, HW293. That's great.
Again.
Ride those both ways, man.
Very nice, man. He's got a quick question, and I'm going to give you 15 seconds, Kung Fu. What are some alts that you like?
Ooh.
He asked you a question.
I like, first of all, let's not call them alts, okay? Congress said they're shitcoins, so let's call them shitcoins. But right? So if they're calling it, then we gotta call it that. But no, really, maybe one day, hell will freeze over and we'll be able to go back into this beautiful alts takeover world.
Mm-hmm.
I do like a couple. I'm surprised you actually asked me that. All right. So I've been a believer of BTT, even though it's slowly crushed my soul for a long time now. So I did really well with it. Yeah, I did really well with it right when it came out. And I held it all the way to, it was like 1.8, 1.7-ish. Actually, I can't say I sold at the top. I sold at like 1.75 or something like that. So it was like right before the top.
Yeah.
And then I got back in after it dipped around like 1.2, and I've just been like riding it down into the shitter. Now, what I didn't do is I played it as a long. I didn't play it within the pulse waves, and that's my mistake.
Yes.
Now, what I did play,
you fool.
Listen, we all can't be awesome all the time.
Well.
Frank is misbehaving.
Go ahead, continue what you're saying.
And so the second one I like. So let's just move on from BTC. So I still do. I think it's a little bit undervalued, but the reason why I like it so much is that it has a real
world use,
right? Like if you think about it in a year from now, when there is more engagement within this field, that is something that's an OG, right? It's been around for a long time. They have a good wallet that just came out. It seems like the ultimate Schiller master marketer of all time. He's really promoting it. And I do think that the team has some control over it. It's not just run by Mr. Sun. So that's a good sign. And on top of that, it looks like their development is doing good. So again, I believe in that.
Two more with one line of reason. You have 10 seconds.
One line.
Yeah. Like one tweet per.
Okay.
Wrong. You are out of time.
Wow.
Danny, when you talk about the markets, you see, Danny's like, when you talk about the markets.
OX. Okay. It's not really a shitcoin though. It's OX. I wouldn't call it a shitcoin.
I know you love OX. Yeah.
OX. I've always been a big believer in it. And I believe oracles are still going to be very valuable since we're always living in this crazy centralized world. I think Eternity, which is an old school one, I think has some value. They're doing some deals, it looks like, from their news. Looks like GitHub's being updated.
You seem to know a lot about this. You should do a Monday morning show called Kung Fu Crypto here on Pulse Wave Trading. Everybody tune in for that. Danny wants to know, can we talk about the market melt up?
And now to the market melt up.
Next, do you have, again, quick, because people have
Grin. Sorry, Grin.
Okay. I will go fast. Are you ready? Here we go. I don't need a long soliloquy.
We talked about this with Harley this morning.
Today is Friday. It's Take Back Friday. And next question.
The question this morning was to Harley from Danny, I believe, was are we, maybe not from him, I don't know. Are we going to have a market melt up before the crash? And you've been saying pretty consistently that you think we are going to have an extended market melt up.
Yes.
Okay.
We haven't seen the highs.
Okay. Yeah, I know you
have any market
on that. Yeah.
We haven't seen the highs in gold, silver, or the equity market or Bitcoin. Next question.
Very, very cool. Okay, I'm scrolling through them. How
about Golden Warrior? About gold and silver? Yes.
Go for it. I'm not there yet. I'm way behind on the question. So go ahead.
Okay. But the answer is yes. Is gold and silver going to new high levels never seen before, as V has stated, over time? The answer is yes. You have not seen the highs in gold and silver.
We were talking about this the other day, though. What do you think of silver? Silver doesn't seem to be... Okay, I'm caught up to Golden Warrior. Silver doesn't seem to be behaving the way that many of us thought it would.
Silver never has been. Silver has always been the stepchild of the precious metals. and it does its own thing when it wants to. But the fact of the matter is, when silver gets going, it is stronger and more powerful than gold.
Mm-hmm.
When silver wakes up, it's going to be scary. 2011 was scary. For those of you who missed 2011 and you didn't catch that rise to silver when it hit like $50 an ounce, tisk. That was some dangerous times. I had some sleepless nights. I woke up in the fetal position in a cold sweat, holding the large silver contract. Oh yeah, it moved $5 a day some days. It was terrible.
Yeah, wow.
That's $5,000 a contract, you guys. So that means you could have woke up with a $25,000 loss per contract.
1999, $20,000. You just have it in the future.
See, boom. So yes, I think once silver gets cooking, it's going to be crazy, and that's all you're going to hear me talk about because I love trading silver. Love it. There were times where that's the only thing I traded was silver. I traded nothing else.
We got to do another show now that we've rebranded everything. We should do another. We had a great webinar not too long ago. Well, I guess it feels like a million years ago because of all the work we've been doing. But we had a great show about how to ride the gold and silver wave that's coming. Yeah, and basically we showed you.
By the way,
it was a great image, and so we'll talk about how to do that soon. We should do one
Pulse
on that.
waves, baby.
Pulse waves.
I have everybody like the new loaded weapon, man. The loaded gun. How's everybody liking that loaded gun, man?
Yes, and Dex is referring to his update to the algorithm on our pulse wave price trigger reports. Basically, made it more intense.
Yes.
So throw it in comments if you have a good experience with that. All right, guys. Let me do a couple quick things for you. Keep those questions coming in comments. But we've been on for a while, and we'll wrap up. Want to show a couple things. I was gonna go over this today. What'd you say?
I said it's so great being on with you.
It's great being on with
you. It is, Matt. We love it when you come on with us, brother.
Yeah.
That's just good.
You know what you're talking about. You know your stuff, man.
No, you know more. I know you hang up the phone.
Well, me and Matt, Dex, me and Matt are gonna do a show where we just talk now.
Matt and I, Frank.
Shut it.
Wow.
Okay, so one time I was in class. This is in college, and
story time.
No, I'm not gonna. It's
story
time. I started telling it. I'm like, this is.
I gotta have like bells and whistles. I gotta like.
All right, Chris. Effing loves the loaded gun. Holy crud. I like his. He's got some Christian cursing going on there. Holy crud. This guy. I think this guy goes to church with that fake cursing.
I'm glad you like it though, man. I'm glad that you guys are loving the
what are the
loaded gun
going on here?
So just remember, it is loaded.
Okay, we got a question. Golden Warrior.
Okay.
When silver goes very high, it'll act like it did back in 2011, or will it stabilize and hold value?
2011 on steroids. No, 2011 on steroids after snorting crystal meth, taking speed, and getting electric shock to the heart.
You're gonna need John Travolta with that like gigantic needle into the heart to resuscitate. Yeah.
Because it's gonna be crazy.
What's up, Christy?
And then it'll stabilize after all the craziness. All of a sudden, after it gets to like maybe
I feel the same way,
$50 an ounce. It'll stabilize at 50.
You think it'll stabilize at 50? That's nice.
Yeah, 50 would be the new floor instead of 5. Right now, 5 is still the floor. The new floor will be 50.
$5?
That's a
$50 an ounce would be the new floor.
That's a $32 gap gain value right there.
Yep.
Okay. So
unfortunately, for that to happen, some really bad things have to happen in the economy.
Yeah.
So it's like catch 22. All right. So you want the Dow to go to 50,000? It's going to go there. You want silver to go to a couple of hundred? It'll go there. You want gold to go to a couple $1,000s an ounce, 5,000, 10,000 an ounce? It'll get there, but you're going to be afraid to go outside. So you gotta balance and weigh. Do you want the $500?
Do you really want this? Yeah.
Or do you want to be able to go to the store without bringing a rocket launcher with you?
In 6 months, do you see? And Dex, this is a question for you from Mr. Kung Fu. In 6 months, what do you expect? Some kind of timeline? A 4, 5, 10% increase, or relatively stable based on, where it's at right now?
I expect absolutely nothing.
So $17 to $18 bounce back and forth volatility, low volatility.
Yep.
Okay. Gold, same way. You think it's going to spike a little bit?
I expect that when January comes around, we'll probably be at the same price we are today, regardless of price fluctuations.
Do you think it's funny that the gold bugs, is that what they call them? They call them
gold and silver bugs. Yes.
Yeah. So gold bugs are the companies that sell gold are jumping on the Bitcoin bandwagon. Not what I mean by loving Bitcoin, but meaning that they're using, if you think Bitcoin's a hedge, you should be in gold, right? So they're marketing it as, well, you're already putting your money into Bitcoin because you think it's a hedge, but all along gold's been here. And since everyone in the media is calling it, Bitcoin is digital gold, people are getting confused. Not to mention you had Gray Bar, right? Or DCG Group put that commercial out where it's basically, you can't be carrying around your gold bars, right? So you might as well digitize them. And so I think it's kind of funny. So do you think there's a correlation there? You think there's some kind of price correlation between gold and Bitcoin?
No, but I did see those commercials you're talking about. It's like the gold bug people are marketing to the crypto people saying, come over here, use your profits to buy gold. And then the crypto people are saying, hey, you know what? When crypto's down, you better buy some gold. So it's like, it is kind of a fringe thing. Most gold bugs, precious metal people are also heavily into cryptos and vice versa. Because, and I'll tell you why that is. I'll tell you why it is.
I get it.
I'll tell you why it is, because the precious metal people are the most awake people. They know what's going on in the world, so they're not stupid. All right, so of course they're going to participate in the crypto market. Duh. Some of the biggest gold and silver bugs on YouTube were participating in the crypto market. People I respect to this day, like Da Vinci. He was the only dude on YouTube talking about Bitcoin. And everybody laughed at him, called him names, said he was retarded.
Hey, remember that time you called the top of the Bitcoin market and everybody said you didn't understand crypto? That was awesome.
Oh man, they did me dirty, man.
All right, listen, we got to
trying to end this.
We're
trying to end this. What did you just do?
Me? We got to start wrapping a little bit. Here's the last question we're going to talk about, but we're not going to talk about it yet. What is your outlook on Very? Don't say anything, Dex. We're not there yet. That's our teaser. See, I'm a pro, people. That's what we call in the biz a teaser. So here's what we're going to do first. We're going to take a quick look at PulseWave Trading, some updates we got.
Look at this deck. Those are awesome icons. I love them.
I made that one. I couldn't replicate the one you made.
That's like two icons, maybe 3 in 1.
Guys,
you're witnessing on this
real quick, folks. What do we do?
What
do we do at PulseWave Trading? What does a pulse waver do? These people who are in the comments and talking about all the awesome things they did, what do those people do? They get price trigger sheets delivered to them every night. They get an alert that says, update your dashboard, folks, because the price trigger reports have arrived. We're talking about reports now. I didn't change the slide in time. Price trigger reports. We changed our language, Dex. Fall in line. They're price trigger reports now. Dex is constantly bullied by the marketing team on what we're calling things. We changed his name one week.
Makes no difference to me, my man.
We're gonna call him Eddie the Trading Bull next week.
You do what you need to do. I'll handle the price triggers.
You get these price triggers. Dex's price triggers that we've been working on for 20 years. They're powerful, and now they're fully loaded. They're the loaded gun triggers, which means they're more powerful. You choose some trades from that. We show you how to choose those trades. And here's the thing with the price trigger reports. A price trigger report is an actionable piece of information. You can trade that report. And we give that to you every school night, Sunday through Thursday. You choose a trade, you place an order. We place stop orders. So you're saying to the market, if it hits the price trigger, I want in. If it doesn't, I don't want in. Gets you into some awesome trades, keeps you out of a lot of bad trades. Very, very powerful. If that order's filled, we have a thing called the pop method, developed by my main man Dex. Maybe you've heard of him. You use that pop method to lock in your profits and limit your downside. That's what pulse waivers do, and that is really all that pulse waivers do. The only other things you would do there is maybe update some of your older orders or update your trades on a given night. That's what we do at PulseWave Trading. We have taken Dex's methodology that he's been working on for 20 years, and we've turned it into a simple system that we call the PulseWave Trading system. Now, I do have one new update for you folks, and we've done something. We wanted to make the price triggers a little more accessible. And so for the first time ever, if you go to pulsewavetrading.com, we've added a new membership tier, and we've made another one even more affordable. So, of course, most of the people in our service right now are in PulseWave Pro. You get 7+ price trigger sheets, over 3,000 tradable triggers every night. Includes cryptos, forex, futures, equities, indexes, and foreign equities sheets. You get access to our fast track video series, which shows you how to use the PulseWave trading system in just a couple of hours. It's really, really powerful. You get access to our Slack chat, which is where you can talk directly to the PulseWave trading community, directly to Dex, directly to me via the chat app. And guys, I didn't even tell you this. I added a new feature to everybody's dashboard. Actually, I'm ready to add it to everybody's dashboard. It's not quite there yet. Don't talk about the dashboard, Kung Fu, because you're going to say things that we're not ready for yet.
But I don't, listen, I bite my tongue. But it's like what we're building for people is going to be something that they could get access to all the sites and all the things they need when they want to go trade.
It's going to be sick.
It's just like you're. Yeah.
What about the free account?
It's not like you're going to Wally World to get everything. You're going to be going to our site and you're going to have access to everything right in front of you. So it makes it much easier. All we're trying to do is just make it easy for everybody.
Yeah. So we also have something new for you. We also have our PulseWave Platinum. We've adjusted that a little bit, made it more affordable for you, where you get all of the features of PulseWave Pro, but you also get a monthly one-on-one with Dex. Very, very powerful. Now we've got this new thing called PulseWave Starter. And this is actually ridiculous value. You get 3 price trigger sheets instead of 7. You get the cryptos, forex, and the U.S. equities. You get access to Dex's Pulse Picks, which everybody else gets access to, which is what he's trading that week from the cryptos, forex, and equities. Access to the Fast Track series, full access to the Slack. Basically, just a couple of these added features removed. And so we're making that available to you today. This is a brand new membership. We haven't been offering this before. Brand new tier called PulseWave Starter. We also have, if you click this button, you can see our new, I didn't mean to zoom in. You can see our new extended BTC subscriptions. So this is for those of you who want to pay in BTC. Maybe you've been a part of the service for a while, and you would like to save on your subscription by paying up ahead of time. We've got all of these are pretty awesome. So a 3-month starter is 5% off. It's only $8.50. Pro 3-month membership is over 6% off. It's $11.25. And this one is our crazy, ridiculous new value. It's over 24% off. This is on a platinum 6-month membership. This is really great for those of you who are current members and you know what you're going to be doing with the Pulse Waves and you're looking to save some money. This gives you a platinum membership. You get monthly one-on-one with Dex. Really, really awesome. And the thing that I was teasing before that I added, we're doing new group orientation sessions. I'm going to add this to everybody's dashboard pretty soon, where you'll be able to book a Zoom call in groups. And it'll basically be me answering any of your questions about how to use the PulseWave trading system. So join today. This is a really great system, and we've made it even more affordable for you. So we would love to have you. All right, cool. That's all I got to say about that. Thanks everybody for joining us. Golden Warrior, is gold going to 20,000? Oh wait, I promised. Hold on, I promised this. I forgot what I was doing. Hold on, I got to find it. Question from earlier. Oh, come on, where are you? The question was, oh man, I really lost it. Like, I really can't even find it. Hold on. It was about, oh, here it is. What's your outlook for Very? I will give you my outlook, and then I'll let Dex give you his pro outlook. I think the case against Reggie Middleton, no matter how unjustified it may be, is very, very serious. And so I would be very careful with my Very if I were anybody holding Very. That's my take. Dex, what say you?
Can't ignore what you just said. That's one thing about technical
no
analysis and fundamental analysis. If you're a technical person like me, you still cannot ever afford to ignore fundamentals. In this situation, the fundamentals are so dire and so serious, like Frank just said, that you cannot ignore it. I hope and believe that at the end of this, Very goes to like a couple of $100 and stays there. So let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that they don't just destroy it and make it so that it becomes
destroy Reggie.
Yeah, destroy him in the process. Yeah. I don't know him personally. I would love to meet the guy, but I've never met him personally. I've only known of him and of his past. I'm very acquainted with, his track record and what he's done in the past. So, it's only a couple people on YouTube that I either know personally or know of them through being a Wall Streeter myself. And he is a real he the real deal. He's not a fake dude that the establishment put up here to puppet. He's a real dude. He's a real dude. And I hope and pray for him and his family. He's done some awesome work over the past, and I'm sure he's a great dude if you ever met him in person. So I really hope that he comes out golden at the end of this, and that they don't use this to really destroy him and his family, because that's really what this is about.
I agree with you. I think, and also to make a really good point here. I mean, if you look at the numbers, they're pretty horrendous. It's like 90% down from the high. But really, if you think about it, maybe he's being pinned because he's just the CEO of the company. If you look back at, the responsibilities of a CEO or top management, what do they have to do? You need human capital. It's not just all about collecting ETH, right, and shit coins and then selling them to the market so that you can afford to run your company. Obviously, he had good intentions. You can see from his GitHub that from 2015 all the way up to almost the end of 2018, he had a lot of development going on, and then it stopped. So there was movement. I think where people caught on that maybe this is a little bit sideways, this project, is that development stopped so rapidly and they raised so much. Now every price went bonkers. So you can't just point this one out and say, hey, this is the one that went bonkers and they did something illegal. No, everything was somewhat manipulated at some level, right? Or just gone crazy. So let's just say this. Maybe it's not on him. We do wish the best for him and his family, but maybe the company failed him too, in a way, right? Maybe it got out of his hands. He didn't understand what to do with it. Rather than just look at it from the media's perspective of putting a face upon an article or a blog post, look a little bit deeper before you judge. I think it's good for everyone to do, and this is something I'll always say on every call that we'll ever do or announcement or anything, is just do your own research. It's always best to have your own interpretation, whether it's right or wrong, to at least have the interpretation, to at least understand the research, to at least understand how things are formulating within the space. It gives you a little bit more of an edge, and it will basically paint a better picture for you when you do jump into something a little bit more volatile, right? So you should probably, this is my, you should definitely maybe stay away from it for right now. Let's see where it goes. I think one of the things you can do to see if it has life is maybe in a month or so, see if the source code is being updated, see if they're making any announcements with partners. I mean, those are the
very good practical point. Yeah.
I have one more thing to say, though, because this has not been said and it needs to be said.
Please.
All right. Although, like I said, I've never met the man, don't know him personally, I know of his work. All right. And we started out around the same time. So I can tell you this. He's always been a man of character and integrity. And the establishment has hated on him for a long time. You don't get to go on Bloomberg and CNBC and embarrass the hosts and the other analysts they bring on there and think you're going to walk away free and be able to operate in the space whenever you want and however you want. See, you can't take away the race card either. All right. You have this man of color basically taking over the world, and he's already embarrassed you several times on TV. Now you're out to get him. It is my belief that this witch hunt is being done to destroy him and to get back at him and to keep him at bay. Like, who is this uppity Negro thinking that he is going to come in here and take over stuff and run stuff? We cannot allow this to happen. They're not doing this to anyone else. They're only doing it to the man of color. All right. So you got to think about that. Right. Also, this guy has worked on the street as long as I have, maybe even a few years before me. And you can go and look at his jacket. All right. You can see by doing research if he's ever been sued or had to go to reparations or any of those kind of things. And it's right there for you. And I can tell you the answer to it right now. The answer is no. All right. All of his business dealings up to this point have been crystal. All right. It's been perfect. All right. He has not been in court. There's not been a scandal. I told you, big banks and institutions paid him ridiculous amounts of money to do financial reports for him. All right. So how is it you go from that to, oh, he's the scum of the earth, he's embezzling money, he's using money from here and moving it over there and doing this and that? How do you go from, oh man, he's the smartest man on Wall Street to, oh, now he's a crook? Because that's basically what they're claiming, that the man's a crook. They have to try to destroy the man's character.
It is so a little ridiculous of someone of his experience would do something that they could so easily indict.
They're coming for right? a man who no one really knows. Only the people who are in the gold and silver bugs know him. You know what I'm saying? People know him from seeing him on TV, but in general, if he were to walk down the street, the average person wouldn't know who he was.
Yeah.
All right. Only those people who are in the know who he is. And that makes it even all the more worse. There are not a lot of people of color on Wall Street. There never have been. Wall Street has always been very racist. All right. And I'm speaking from my own experience.
Wait a minute. Dex, you're black?
I'm many things.
Just mess with you.
But black is not a nationality.
I didn't know
I'm not
this.
black.
I didn't know this.
There are no black people because black is not a nationality. So, what country do you hail from? I hail from the great country of black. And there's no white.
Dex
where do you come from? Where's your homeland? My homeland is the continent of white. No such thing. It does not exist. So anyway, this is what they're trying to do. Even if he doesn't go to prison or face charges or pay fines, the damage has already been done to his character. Now, no one will want to work with him and give him money to fund any other projects that he's trying to do.
I'll work with him. I may not fund him, though.
That's the same thing to me, because how are you going to work with him if you don't give him no money? How can you get anything done for money? So you see what I'm saying?
We could play a nice game of chess.
Yeah, no, it's not going to work.
But now they got
I think you both made great points. I think you're absolutely right about the race thing. I think it just makes it a little more fun for them to take him out. And Kung Fu, I think you made this point to me earlier this week. I think when we were in the office, you were just saying essentially he's a guy they can go after. He's not some massive faceless corporation with endless lawyers and endless capital behind him.
Yep.
Exactly. They can go after him. A couple of good points here, and then we're going to wrap up. CEO saying this is why
wrap up this whole time.
I've been trying to wrap up. I've been trying to wrap up for about 45 minutes.
Just pull the plug. Just do it.
Here's a really nice thing from Golden Warrior.
Who just asked the question? Who just asked that question? Somebody asked a question that went away.
No, that was just a comment from CO is saying this is why Satoshi is hiding. Agreed. Okay. From Golden Warrior says if one stays with Dex V, Frank, and those gentlemen on Gadfly, you have the most excellent correct information anywhere. All the gentlemen are outside. That is very kind of you, Golden Warrior.
Thank you.
You are my Golden Warrior. Nice. Very kind of you. Really appreciate that. And that's it, folks. We really appreciate you guys being here. Man, Dex, we've been on longer than ever.
I know, but I was having so much fun.
I know you're having so much fun, but Dex, don't forget, it's Pizza Friday.
It is Pizza Friday. Oh yeah, it's Pizza Friday, Fun Friday, Movie Night Friday. Yes, it is.
Exactly. Tonight's Movie Night Friday for me too. Me and my son are gonna watch. He's been quoting the Disaster Artist to me all week, and so we're gonna sit. I don't know if it's appropriate. I won't tell people how young he is because then they'll yell at me. I might be fast forwarding through some things, but my son is a big movie buff, so I make some allowances for some of the crazier things he wants to watch because he's a huge movie buff. But we're watching that, and we're gonna watch The Room first, me and him, and then with my wife, we're gonna watch The Disaster Artist.
You're gonna like The Room.
Yeah, we're gonna watch The Room. So, and then we're gonna watch The Disaster Artist so that we know what we're going into. But all week, every time he comes in,
Disaster Artist is so bad.
Yeah, every time
worse than The Room. It's worse.
Really, I thought it was. I thought people really liked
the original. Because at least the original, you know how bad it's gonna be. It's just like you know the car crash is coming. It's laughable.
I thought it was critically acclaimed.
But like Disaster Artist, it mocks something that doesn't need mocking. Like, it's just,
I gotcha.
it's so bad. It doesn't need to be remocked.
Well, every
publicly
time,
with millions
every
of
time he
dollars
walks into the room,
for
he
a
says, "Oh, hi, Mark." Every time he walks in the room,
Oh,
so
hi,
he's
Mark.
dying to see it. So,
It's really
folks,
funny.
just another reminder: we've got this new PulseWave starter. We've got the new PulseWave Platinum. Of course, we recommend the PulseWave Pro, but these other two, there's some great value there depending on what you're looking for, and our extended. And I know someone's going to ask me. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys the secret. Okay, the truth is, we also do Bitcoin monthly payments. It just didn't fit on this grid. So go in and look for if you click any of these buttons, you'll fill out a little form. And this is, folks, Kung Fu goes crazy with this. There is no quick way to accept crypto payments. So you're going to go in here, fill out this form.
One
and then
day, maybe I will be able to figure this out.
Yeah,
But
we constantly are trying to figure out a better way to accept crypto. Like, you know, if you're paying with a debit card, it's so easy. You click one of these and you literally are in our service by the time you click buy now or whatever it says. With Bitcoin, you know, you got to send the payment in and you got to fill out a form so we know who it's coming from and blah, blah, blah. But it's not hard if you know how to send a crypto payment. It's really not hard at all. So you fill out that form.
we use BTC Pay. I mean, we've been talking about it. BTC Pay might be in the future. So
might be, yeah. The problem is
we got to get that noddle up though.
I'll tell you what the problem is, and people don't care about this. The problem is making sure you can attach a person to the payment they sent. And people say, "Oh, just give your Bitcoin address." Yeah, that's not how Bitcoin actually works. That's how everybody thinks Bitcoin works. It doesn't. It doesn't do that. That's not how it works. When you send it from most wallets, when you send a payment, the person on the other end is not going to be able to see where that payment came from unless you specifically have a single address wallet, which almost no wallets are set up that way. I went through a nightmare once where I sent a person an enormous Bitcoin payment and they wanted to confirm the address it came from. And I'm like, you really think that's how this works? And they were like, well, how come it's coming from this other address? And I'm like, you're joking, right? You really think you take large Bitcoin payments and you think they come from the direct address it was sent from every time?
You can send me a large Bitcoin payment right now. I don't care what address it comes from.
Yes, please send it to.
That was the funny part. It's like, you know, I sent you, like I sent a very specific
amount. I don't care. I don't care.
Yes.
I don't care if you found it in the street.
Anyway, the point is, folks, the point is we want to get you into PulseWave trading. We want to make it as easy as possible for you. And so we've done a little work to make that even easier for you. Any one of these memberships you're going to love. And we'll see you inside the room, inside the Slack room. And you got to, folks, listen, you got to start riding these pulse waves. You got to get your gains on.
Tell them now.
All right, we got to leave. Bye, everybody. We love you. We'll see you next week. Next week, we'll be back with our Technically Speaking webinar where we talk about how the pulse waves work. For now, thanks for hanging with us, and we'll see you guys.
Be encouraged. Everyone have a great weekend, and thanks for watching with us.
Yeah, thanks a lot. God bless everybody. Take care.
Bye. Ciao.
That was fun.